In my previous video, we talked about hair type and why the curly hair type chart can be misleading and what it's actually useful for. This video builds on that because a lot of the habits that slow down your progress are actually small mistakes in your routine. And the thing is, most of them are easy to fix once you know what to look out for. If your curls have been feeling dry, frizzy, flat, or inconsistent, you're probably doing at least one of these. So let's go through 10 common curly hair mistakes and how to fix them. Washing your hair too often can strip away your natural oils, and curly hair already struggles to stay moisturized. So no, you don't need to wash your hair every day, but there are situations where you might feel like you need to, like working out regularly or swimming in a pool. In those cases, instead of shampooing daily, you can co-wash midweek, refresh your curls, or use protective styles like braids to stretch your wash days. And if needed, you can use a dry shampoo occasionally, just not as a long-term solution. I'll go more in depth in pool prep in a future video. This is a big one. Without a leave-in conditioner, your hair loses moisture quickly. Think of it as your foundation layer. Without it, everything else has less to hold on to. I used to skip this step for years and didn't start using leave-in until after my recent big chop. And once I moved to a hotter climate, I had to pay more attention to how my hair was holding moisture and what it actually needed. That's when I started seeing how much of a difference this step makes. And it's not just what you use, it's also how you apply it. I actually tested different types of leave-ins on damp versus dry hair in another video, and the results were very different. Sometimes it's not the product, it's how you're using it. Applying too quickly or not using enough water can lead to uneven results. Your curls need even distribution to form properly. And this is where things like your hair porosity and even the current season start to matter, because the way products behave in your hair can change depending on both. That's why two people can use the same product and get completely different results. I go more in depth on that in my hair type versus porosity video because these are factors that can really make or break your routine. Brushing dry curls disrupts the pattern and creates frizz. Detangling should always happen when your hair is wet and coated with conditioner. This is especially important if you're detangling kids' hair, taking down braids, or removing a style you've had in for a while. Using a conditioner with good slip makes a big difference. And instead of brushing through, work in sections from the ends to the roots using a wide tooth comb or a detangling brush. One thing I used to do when I worked in my mom's hair salon and still do on my own hair is add a little water after applying the conditioner and then add a little more. That helps activate the conditioner, improve slip, and makes the tangling easier. And if you have thicker or higher porosity hair, you might notice your hair starts drying while you're detangling. In that case, adding a bit more water and a little more conditioner can help bring that slip back. Otherwise, you're more likely to cause breakage and make things like fairy knots even worse. Healthy hair starts at the scalp. Buildup, dryness, or poor scalp care can affect how your hair grows. Your routine shouldn't just focus on your curls. It should also include your scalp too. And if you struggle with dandruff or irritation, it's always best to consult a dermatologist. But even outside of that, product buildup is something to pay attention to, especially if you're using heavier products or oils. Over time, that buildup can sit on the scalp and affect how your hair behaves. So incorporating a gentle clarifying routine or scalp-focused product can help keep things balanced. Even diffusing can cause damage over time. Heat lifts the cuticle, which can lead to dryness and breakage. That's why how you prep your hair before using heat really matters. A simple heat protectant can make a big difference. I talk more about this in my Straight Natural video where I go into heat damage and how it affects your curls. Curls don't stay perfect after wash day. Without refreshing, they lose shape and hydration. A simple mist and light product can bring them back to life. Curly hair also isn't like straight hair where a little oil can carry your style throughout the week. Curls need water to stay hydrated, which is where the idea of watering your hair like you water your plants comes from. But at the same time, you don't want your refresh days to turn into a full wash day routine. Personally, I like to reapply one product from my wash day to keep things consistent throughout the week. Split ends don't just stay at the ends. They travel upwards and affect your overall length and definition. So regular trims will help your curls look and feel healthier. And just because you don't straighten your hair doesn't mean you won't get split ends. Hair also doesn't grow perfectly even. For example, one side of your hair might look longer than the other because your curl pattern is slightly different. I noticed that in my own hair. My nape has a completely different pattern, and my left side curls different to my right. And usually when I start experiencing more tangles than usual, that's my sign that it's time for a trim. Instead of waiting too long, it's better to trim regularly about every couple of months to maintain healthy ends. This is one of the most common. It's very easy to want to copy someone else's routine, especially if they have a similar hair type to yours. But hair type alone doesn't tell the full story. Things like your porosity, your hair density, and even your environment play a big role in how your hair responds. So even if someone's routine looks like it should work for you, it might not, because your hair is dealing with different conditions. That's why your routine should be built around your hair, not someone else's. And this ties everything together. If you're constantly changing products and routines, it becomes harder to see what's actually working. Consistency is what allows your hair to improve over time. But sometimes it's not just about switching. It's also giving up too soon because you're not seeing results fast enough. And that can stop you from ever seeing your hair actually flourish. If you feel like you're running out of patience, try to identify what's triggering that feeling. Sometimes it's comparison, seeing someone else's hair online, or even looking at old photos of your own hair. In those moments, it helps to shift your focus and give your routine time to work. And if needed, you can lean on simple styles that make you feel more confident without getting in the way of your hair's progress. At the end of the day, curly hair isn't about doing everything perfectly. It's about paying attention to what your hair responds to and adjusting from there. If you want a full breakdown of these mistakes, plus routines and product ideas, check out the full article below along with my curly hair guides. And if you've been making any of these mistakes, you're not alone. Most of us have at some point. I'm actually curious, which one have you been doing without realizing it? If you want more content like this, you can subscribe. I post new videos every week.